basically we've got this model kit from MPC. It's a 74 Plymouth Roadrunner, and we are going to do this in the lime green color. If we look at the bottom of the box, it shows you what is here. So we've got engine parts, we've got some parts for the suspension, and then we've got the bottom, the interior, and the body. Chrome tree. Here's your chrome. So we've got the chrome stuff, and there's the box with all the other stuff. One piece glass. What do we got in there? There's your tail lights. Here is the car model. Now this is a pretty simple model. If I had to guess, it's a reissue of something from the 70s. Let's see, 2019 round 2, but I would have to say that this was probably made way back before that, and that's okay. I'm cool with that. I like that. I don't mind sometimes doing an easy kit. So we've only got a couple, 8 steps. So we've got step 1 tires, step 2 is the engine, step 2 through 4 is the engine. Step 5, very basic interior. We will probably not be putting the roll cage in, as we're just making a regular street car. And it doesn't have a lot of suspension. Looks like it's just a metal axle that goes to the tires. So this is a pretty cool basic kit. Let's look at and I know this, my table is a mess compared to some of the other ones. Okay, so these are the decal sheet. I'll pull those open later, but this is the body right here. And so we will be painting this with Krylon Fusion all-in-one paint and primer gloss jungle green. I don't know if this is the same color, but so we're going to paint that. We're going to paint the body right now. I'll go ahead and paint that, and then we'll come back after it dries. We are in the middle of a big rainstorm. It's not raining right now. It's got a little sunny out, but we're going to do it today. And so once this is dry, which will probably be tomorrow, today is a Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday, and once this is all dry, we'll be able to go back. So I'm going to go and paint, spray paint. I use Krylon. I use what else do I use? Yep, see, we're all packing up. I have Rust-Oleum in here, so we're going to use Rust-Oleum and Krylon, and we're going to build it. So here we go. So all you do is you just use some water-based paint and a Sharpie, and you can get your whole interior done. Alright, so we used the wood grain, we got the seats in, got the steering wheel, got the whole interior done. So let's wait for this to dry. And we've got the battery, we've got the coolant box. We've done the wheels with our with panel accent after we clear coated them, so it tones down the chrome. And then we've got some other parts here ready to go. We put a little of the black accent where the headlights are, a little bit. Did some black accent on some of the other chrome pieces, painted the fan black. So now we're just going to let this dry for about an hour or two, and then we will come back. Some of the pieces that we have drying, we've got the main body and the hood, and that is the gloss jungle green. We've got intake manifolds, the aluminum heads. We spray painted those silver, or actually aluminum, which is right here, metallic aluminum from Rust-Oleum. And then we use the black from Krylon. And so there's the back below the bumper. We've got the wheels, we've got the inserts for the grille, the mirrors, some other chassis pieces there. Here's the chassis. And then we painted the engine block Chrysler blue. We painted and taped over the transmission, which is aluminum. And we're just waiting for everything to dry. All right, so we've got the motor painted. It's Chrysler blue with aluminum heads, aluminum manifold with a 6-pack on it, aluminum transmission. So that's done and drying. We're just waiting. This will be the top of the 6-pack. That'll go there. All right, we have the chassis painted. This is a pretty simple kit, so we're not going to go crazy, but that is the chassis right there. That's ready to go. There's your tires. You can tell the chrome and the panel line accent color, along with flattening it, makes the tires look really, the wheels look really well. And then here is the air cleaner with the white, almost ivory paint around the side that looks like paper. So that one's waiting on the engine to go. And use Mod Podge, which you can get at any craft store, and you can put this anywhere you want on any of the clear parts because it dries perfectly clear. So we just put the windows in, and now we just wait for everything to dry and then start assembling. Rear lenses in, and then we outlined the lenses with this silver Sharpie. For the two red ones, we used white craft paint to change the third red lens to a white lens, and then outlined it with a black Sharpie, and then also used the black Sharpie on the imprinted Plymouth insignia on the bumper and the bumperettes. So when this dries, this will be ready to be put on too. Wheels are on. Very easy. This is just one piece that goes through 4 holes here, and then the metal axle actually just goes through there, and then the pins just go into 2 holes. So this is a very easy build, good first build. You know, it's a vintage kit. This is how they made them back in the day. So we'll let those dry, and we're just still allowing things to dry. Have the engine in. It's connected underneath. Tires are on. We just put the radiator shroud on. Next, we'll be putting, we put the interior inside. The body, along with the door glass, is dry. The really nice thing is those pins are good for not only the windows but also the interior. So next is to put the body on the chassis. Alright, so okay guys, so I have the body on here, and as you can see, I don't have the front bumpers on, I don't have the back stuff on. I'll be putting that on next, but I always use the Mod Podge to glue the body on because it will, you can't see it, and it will do really good on the seam work. So you can put that on there. I also cut the front wheels in a little bit. I cut in the pins a little bit so that the wheels fit better underneath the fenders. I saw a video that said they would fit better if you do that. So now that's what we're gonna do. All right, guys. So the car is not done, but we have the back on. We put the spoiler on. That's the white stuff you see around that. If you can see that, is glue. The front's on. The front spoiler is on. So the front's done. The engine compartment is not complete. We still have some stuff to put on under there. The hose. So here's the hose. We still have the mirrors, the battery, and the fluid. But when I touched the top, I accidentally got some black marks on there, and I tried to respray it, and as you can see it right now, it is going very poorly. So I'm going to have to wet sand and respray, so I have to let it harden. So probably not going to finish up till overnight. We only have maybe 5 hours total into this build, and if we lift it up for a second, I mean, it's a nice kit. It looks nice. It's going to look really good when we're done. We'll put future floor wax on everything else. We still have decals to do on this. So this is a really good beginner kit, and it's a cool thing. These throwback MPC kits, they're, you know, this isn't going to win any modeling contests, but it's going to look awesome on the shelf next to all the other ones we have. So I really wanted to get a 70s satellite Roadrunner, something like that. So this is perfect. I built it the color I wanted to build it. I had bought that can of green paint just to build a lime green Mopar, and I bought that paint, I don't know, a year ago. So anyway, we're just showing this right now. I don't know if you could see. I think you should be able to see. I'm trying to get the glare of the sun through the window, and you can see how that's just crackling up. So that's going to have to get sanded, wet sanded, and that's what this is, just, you know, wet sanding. So I'll take that, wet sand it, respray it tomorrow morning, because we do have the decals for this go on the roof. And if we didn't have to do the roof, I could do it, but we're just going to wet sand it and then put decals on tomorrow. And then it'll be done, then it'll go in the collection. So now with this one, I also used Mod Podge, because that way it dries clear. Anything where I think, like, you know, if you think you're going to get a little bit on the paint, Mod Podge is your best friend, because even you can't see, like, there's Mod Podge that you can't see. It really dries perfectly clear. So anyway, that's what the car looks like. We'll show it when it's, I'll show you tomorrow when I sand it, then we'll respray it, we'll put decals on it, and then we'll show it, and then we'll be done with the video. As you can see, I've sanded down the roof a little bit on each side, sanded it down. So we're going to tape off this whole roof section again. We've cleaned it with Simple Green. Simple Green is really excellent. I usually clean all my parts before I start a build with it. It gets rid of all kinds of stuff. So we took that and Simple Green, and what we'll do afterwards, this is Pledge Revive. It used to be called, I forget what it used to be called, but this is what we put on after everything's done. That's what you see all the time, Pledge, people putting it on. That's what makes all these models shiny. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wipe this down one more time since I'm rubbing my finger on it, and then we will go outside, do a quick shoot of the gloss jungle green, and then let that sit overnight, and then we'll put decals on it in the morning. Just like you would a real car, and so we can feather it in on the sides. So that's basically what we're going to do. fresh spray and hope that did it. So hopefully that got it. It looks like it did. I don't see anything happening, so that's a good thing. So now I'll just let it dry. All right, guys, so it's the next morning, and as you can see, the paint came out really good. So the roof repaint worked, and so the car is done as far as anything built except for the hose and the mirrors right there. And if we lift the hood off, there we go. I don't use hood hinges, but so we have the whole engine in there. As I said, it's not a big detail kit. A lot of this extra room and stuff's in front, but it's enough to make you feel good about looking at it. And the interior is done. And as I told you before, all the glue, when you use the Mod Podge glue, it doesn't leave excuse me, it doesn't leave any residue. So we are now getting ready to put on the decals. So you can do the white on there like that. So here's our decal sheet right here, and so the design, as you can see on the box right there, but you can do red, which we're obviously not going to do red, that would be ugly. So our choice is to do either white or black, and that is the white right there. And it comes with, you also have the black for the hood, you got the different engine mod things there, we've got different license plates. So we have a couple things here that we could put on. You've got the engine cowl. So we're just going to, I think, well, you know what? I'll go ahead and put them on, and then you'll see when it's done. So when we come back, that'll be the reveal. So the decals are on, they're dry, and then we're going to put Futura wax, which is now called Revive It, from Pledge. You can get this at Walmart, and we've done about 25 cars and still have plenty left. But that's what makes everything all shiny. That's why you see all the cars on the internet and at car shows. That's what makes them shiny. You put on 1 or 2 coats. That's 1 coat, and when it dries, we'll put on a 2nd coat, and then that car is done. Yep, then this car is done. Alright guys, so here is the 1974 Roadrunner that we just completed. Took about 5 hours over 2 days. Came out really nice. It's an MPC kit. The decals were really thin, so they don't even need decal set on them, and they give you so many choices. Everything came out nice. The interior came out nice. The engine came out good. The body fit. Everything fit really well. Let's take a look at the engine. As I said, I don't use hinges. And there's the detail of the engine with the stickers on the air cleaners. Everything else. This is completely made from the box. There is nothing else put onto it other than paint. So box and paint, and that's it. The decals came with it. There's nothing I did that did not come out of the box except for the green paint, the interior black paint. Put that back in. We can lift this up. You can look up, look underneath. That's just painted. There's the black with the little Roadrunner thing. Is it a concourse quality? Nope. I love the front spoiler on this. Is it concourse quality? No. Is it going to win me awards at a model contest? Probably not. But in about 5 hours, I made a really cool car to go with my 27 other cars that are on my shelf. And I think it looks awesome for my little collection of cars.
April, should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.